Tuning into your spirit with my special guest, ghost expert Joshua Warren, who's seen on Ghost Adventures, History Channel, Discovery Channel, National Geographic, Sci-Fi, and now the host of Coast to Coast Strange Things podcast and author of best-selling books. Welcome, my old friend Joshua.
Well, thank you so much, Laura. It is great to hear your voice as always. And, you know, your show is fantastic. And it is just an honor to be on with you and talking about such a fascinating topic.
It is, especially for us. When it comes to ghosts, I'd say you're the man, Josh. There is no one else. And so for our audience member, could you please share with them what is a ghost and is there a difference between ghost and spirit?
Absolutely. In fact, I wrote a book called How to Hunt Ghosts, in which I really had to think about that and dissect it. And, you know, generally speaking, a ghost is some aspect of the mental presence or physical form that appears to exist apart from the original physical form. A ghost appears to be redundant, predictable. It seems like a recording that's trapped in the environment that replays itself almost on a loop. It's like a giant movie. And this can be replayed at various times based upon environmental conditions or anniversaries. You know, sometimes certain people can see these things and others cannot, but it's something that's not interactive. So that's what a lot of people really are seeing when they talk about seeing a ghost, a glimpse of the past. They may look the same if you just casually glance at one, but it's how they behave that distinguishes one from another.
Right. I didn't realize how scientific your process was until we worked together on Discovery Channel. You were my first ghost hunter I had really encountered because, you know, we're both kind of in the same field. But why was it important to you to get the information out to people about ghosts, you personally?
Well, you know, obviously we all are curious about who we are and why we're here and where are we going and all those big philosophical questions about the afterlife. I mean, any curious person is going to wonder about that, which is why religion and spirituality has always been woven into the fabric of humanity. But beyond that, I have always felt that if indeed there is some property of the environment that records perhaps everything that happens at a particular location, or at least some extreme things that happen at a location, and we learn how those moments are replayed, and we're able to create a technology that will allow us to tap into that at will, then you could literally go to any spot on planet Earth and set up this device, and you can witness what happened at that area in history.
Without having any type of ghost equipment to detect whether or not a ghost is in the room, what are some of the ways you think they can detect a ghost is in their presence?
Well, in my laboratory, I have been able to reproduce many of the things that people describe upon having a ghostly encounter using artificial electrostatic charges. Now, what I'm talking about is just this kind of static electricity like you build up on your socks when you drag them across the carpet and you touch a doorknob. And this is prevalent everywhere, and people who encounter ghosts traditionally talk about the same kinds of things. They see these kind of luminous forms. Their hair stands up on end. They feel a cold spot. They have the sensation of some kind of touch. And so when you start to feel that sensation, like that you put your hand up to an old television screen and you get that kind of thick, fuzzy feeling, that may be an unfully materialized ghost or apparition of some kind.
So you aren't debunking, you're actually confirming the presence with the tools that you use.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, then, out of all your adventures, what's your favorite and scariest ghost story, if you can in a minute?
Okay, well, I tell you what, I've got plenty of them. I've been doing this sort of thing professionally for 30 years. But in a minute, what I will tell you, I spent the night all by myself at Myrtle's Plantation in St. Francisville, Louisiana. And this is a plantation that has one of those dark, troubling, creepy histories in every way you can imagine. And I was in my room, and again, I was alone. There was no staff there or anybody. I was in my bedroom, 10 o'clock at night, and something pounded on the wall. Boom, 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 okay? And I was rolling video, so I captured this on video, and I jumped out of my skin, and I thought somebody was there. Turns out nobody was there. I said, can you do that again? Boom, boom, boom. And now I'm realizing this is something, conscious. And so I said, can you do that one more time? Boom, boom, boom. I'm telling you, I would be lying if I told you I didn't have a fight or flight instinct that kicked in that made me want to just get out of there, because that went on off and on for 4 hours that night, Laura. 4 hours.
I believe
and I documented it all.
I believe you. Joshua, it's always a pleasure talking to you.
We could go 4 hours.
I know.
At some point we will.
We will. And where can people find you?
Well, the best place to start is joshuapwarren.com. Right. There is no period after the P.
And also, your podcast out there right now, too, Coast to Coast Strange Things. It was a pleasure. And anyone who's listening into the show right now, if you'd like to call in for answers, insight, guidance, sign up at Radio Medium, Laura Lee. And we all thank you for sharing the show.